I think when you encounter art, it might make you ask questions about the world.
It's a way for us to connect across time and across spaces, to feel a sense of community or to tap into that emotion and passion that speaks to us.
You want people to encounter things that they did not know before. You want maybe people to have the idea, oh, why don't I go home and try out something that I've never tried before?
When you're either looking at art, talking about art, or making art, those things all contribute to one's own sense of self, a sense of empowerment, create states of relaxation. All of these things can happen when you're engaged in creativity experiences, and they can also happen when you're visiting a museum.
When we found out about the drop-in drawing program at the Denver Art Museum, we thought, what a fun challenge to have all of the art in here to draw. What a large variety of possibilities.
It kind of keeps me drawing. It would be easy, if we didn't have this motivation, to put art on the back burner and maybe watch it disappear altogether.
The Denver Art Museum has really a great history of doing programs that are attractive, that are engaging to a variety of different communities.
What I like about Untitled is that you don't always know what it's gonna be. I brought like musicians in, I was like freestyling on the theme that we had chosen for the night. So there was the art, there were the textiles, there was like a zine that we collaborated on. All these different disciplines and creativity feed each other, and you get to have like some cool experience that you really cannot replicate.
Being welcoming and accessible starts with people seeing themselves at the Denver Art Museum. And that's through things like how we use language. We're a Spanish bilingual campus because we know that being welcoming in Spanish matters. We also do this through how we train our staff and how we're all trained to think about what it means to welcome all abilities. And then at the end of the day, it's also really about whether you see yourselves on the walls.
So we did an exhibition a couple years ago called Trader Survivor Icon, The Legacy of La Malinche. And in that last section of the exhibition dedicated to Chicanas, I can't tell you how many women, whether they were Latina or not, stand in front of the works and say, that's my grandmother, or that's me.
Growing up in the South, there were so many institutions that really exercised the isms, like you don't belong here. And so I really love the Denver Art Museum's working to sort of like break that down and to make it be a place where people feel comfortable like coming and enjoying and participating. Events like Untitled, cool shows like the Lowrider Show, all of those things are gonna be really important to the museum actually being part of the community. And I'm here for it, I dig it, I really love it. I love that there's a space and that I actually walk in and do feel welcome.
A museum that stays relevant needs constant change. You really try to come up and offer programs that are relevant with the current audience, and audiences change. So that's something that we ask ourselves not only once a year, I would say that we ask ourselves constantly.
It's what makes places like the Denver Art Museum a really special place to be. I feel like he has a home away from home where he feels comfortable being who he is, expressing his ideas, and being part of something bigger than himself.
For me, going to the art museum is important because you get to hear from other people's perspective about the world. And when you look at the art, you can feel the colors and you can hear the sound of that moment. And you can touch and you can feel like you are really in that space.